What is good, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. I'm sure most of you have seen the big announcement that I actually retired from Call of Duty, and there was an incredible video on my YouTube channel posted of the story of my career and just telling the whole thing from start to finish. So I highly recommend you guys go check that out. But if you didn't see that yet, yeah, I retired from Call of Duty. So I was a professional player for around 11 years. I went pro January 4th in 2014, and I ended my career right around, I don't know what month, but sometime in 2025, so about 11 years. I started playing Call of Duty when I was 10 years old in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and now I am 28. So played Call of Duty for 18 years of my life, which is just crazy to think about. I'm an adult just in Call of Duty years. I can legally, wait, no, you can't legally drink at 18 never mind. Okay, never mind. You can gamble, I think, at 18 or something. I forgot. But yeah, so I'm done with Call of Duty, and it's sad. I wish I can, keep playing, but unfortunately, there's outside factors with it. There's personal things going into it, and we're here to just talk about all of them. So let's get started. I mean, I would say the golden age of Call of Duty was like 2013 to 2019, where they had like the MLG events. They would have the season playoffs. You would have the LANs, the open brackets, the pool play, and it was just so much fun. The LAN League was the prime of Call of Duty. That's one thing I will forever miss, is the LAN League, and I hope the players and people get to experience a LAN League again, because that was the best thing ever. We went to Columbus, Ohio for 2 weeks. We would be with our team. We'd have a couple matches. We'd be able to scrim every day on LAN, and you saw so much improvement. You were traveling around with your team, then all the other teams as well. So there was like, everyone would hit the gym. They would go play basketball, go out to eat, and there was just like, it was really cool when I was coming up in my career, just being able to travel the world with so many of these other players, which are now friends, and just experience all these things at such a young age. But yeah, with Call of Duty, my last event, which was Major 3, it was in Florida at like the FAU campus. I remember we were playing FaZe on Friday. Yeah, we were playing FaZe, losers round 1 on Friday. I walked out onto the stage, and I kid you not, there was Max. We're in a college basketball gymnasium. We're not in an arena or anything like we've been in past college arenas. We're in a gymnasium. So we're on the basketball floor behind the 3-point line, and I kid you not, I walk out, there might be max 75 people in the crowd, and I was just like, what is going on? It was crazy. But back in the other events, like in the MLG days, you go to MLG Anaheim, place is packed. You go to even some of the COD champs we had in some amazing arenas like the Forum, the one at Ohio that we had the champs there. There was like so many people there, and even just all the other MLG events. It was just so much energy. There was always COD going on, and now there's one match at a time being played. Challengers in a whole separate building away from it. So there's not just like one place where you can watch the main stage match. Then you can watch the Bravo match, the Charlie match, the Delta match, and so on. And then even open bracket if you're bored. So I think the events and the lack of time we played on LAN definitely affected my passion for the game. It just felt like I wasn't really playing for anything. I'm just playing online in so many of these matches, and it's just like, okay, it's the 18th year and I'm still playing online Call of Duty here somehow. When 5 to 10 years ago, it was a better format, more tournaments, more LANs, more in-person stuff. And so it's kind of just went backwards, and I think that definitely hurt, because like when you would play the online matches, if you win, great. If you lose, it'd be like, it sucks, but it's an online match. It felt like playing like a 2K or just an online league match that we used to play. There wasn't that like intensity behind it all the time. So that definitely hurt my passion. Then of course, as you just get older too, you have other things you're interested in, other things you want to attempt, and then like just grow and learn in life. And when you're playing video games, Call of Duty professionally, you really don't have time to do anything else but play Call of Duty. So every day you're waking up, scrimming, watching VOD, after scrims, little break, eat, get on, watch more VOD or play 8s and stream. So you really have to just focus all your time there, and it takes a lot of time and effort. It's amazing, but definitely when you lose your passion for it, it's hard to do as much. And a big thing that's always talked about in esports and Call of Duty is like age. And I don't really think age changes anything. I've always thought it's like how much you're bought into your individual and team performance and the effort you put in on that season. So there's players that have played till they're 30 years old. I'm bowing out at 28, but I definitely have the skill to keep on playing if I wanted to. It just became hard. Like when I would have that moment, I'm like, damn, I have to scrim today. Like you can just tell, that wasn't the main thing I wanted to do. And so when you are like, damn, I have to scrim, like it's just not good. Like you're not giving your best self to the competition, and it's gonna show.
And one of the most difficult things when you lose your passion about something, because when I was younger playing Call of Duty, I would die for it. Like that's the only thing that would be on my mind. Whether I'd be at school, whether I'd be playing baseball, whatever else I was doing when I wasn't playing Call of Duty, all I could think about was playing Call of Duty. But as you get older, you mature, you grow up and stuff, and you do start feeling that like passion start to like drain a little bit. It kind of sucks because like one thing that you love so much, competing and playing competitive Call of Duty, and it just kind of, you feel it like dwindling a little bit, like you kind of have to force it and force that passion for it again. It's never a good feeling, but I think it's natural. Everyone goes through it at some stage in their career, like every single player, whether it's early in their career or later at their career in the end. I think that's something that everyone will go through at some point where they're just like, like it doesn't hit the same as it once did. And when you aren't passionate about it, and you can, like, others can see it too, especially in your gameplay, like you won't just be doing every little thing you can to stay alive and finesse, or every little thing you can to just play the situation different and to give it to the best of your ability. And definitely it took its toll on my performance individually this last season, because I'd probably say it's probably some of the worst I was playing, at least in like the last stage 3. So you could definitely like see it when the drive is not as strong as it once was. So it definitely sucks to lose that, but I mean, I think it's just a part of life, and to not live up to your standards or your team standards and to let people down is definitely, it's not a good feeling at all. But yeah, unfortunately, now's the time to call it quits.
And another big thing for me was seeing all the people that I came up with or looked up to retire, and all the people like the Optic Dynasty. When I was on FaZe, we played the Optic Dynasty all the time in these tournaments. Like when they all retired, it was like, I feel like a piece of me kind of died too, because I definitely took out passion of the game. Because like all these people, like we grew up playing against each other, having these crazy back and forth matches. But then when you see the players like that, or even like some of the older players that I used to team and play against, like JCap, Clay, and all those other people, it kind of like sucks to just see them retire. Like you want to keep competing against them, and when they're not there, it's kind of like, oh, like you're playing against these like new kids and stuff, which is like cool and all, but it doesn't hit the same because like you don't have like those long rivalries for years and years, and now it's just like some random kid that comes onto the scene that's really good, but it's like, all right, if I beat this person, cool, or they beat me, cool. But like back then, when you're having all that rivalry and the energy built up, it leads to like such good storylines and matches. So when like your generation of players is all gone, it kind of just feels like you're on the island by yourself. And I really say the only person that was still around from my generation was Slasher. It was cool to like still have someone who's, well, he's really old. He's like 2-3 years older than me. He's like 30 or 31, so he's really old. I'm only 28. That's not even 30 yet. We're good. Pushing 30 though. But yeah, to see all those people just be gone, it definitely took away from my passion too. I'm just like, damn, all the people that I used to love competing against, love playing against, are just not here. So it's like, and especially when like Crimsix, because Crimsix and I always used to go back and forth and roast each other and compete for so long that like when he was gone, I was like, damn, I miss him. Like I miss when he was roasting me and we were just playing against each other in all these tournaments. And now there's just no one to do that because it's just not my generation, unfortunately. You guys have always known me to be the guy that would always gas the Call of Duty games up. And I always thought before a game would come out that it was going to be the best COD of all time. But unfortunately, I was wrong about some games. And I think over the years, like all the best Call of Duty games being like early on was incredible, and it made competing so easy because the games were so good, so much fun, whether it was AW with the jetpacks or BO3 with all the crazy maps, wall running specialists, all that, or even going way back to Call of Duty 4GB matches. It was so much fun. And now with the games you play like Black Ops 6 or even MW2 when it came out, the newer MW2, like The games are just all right. There's always an issue though. Black Ops 6, the movement and gunplay is amazing. The maps are the worst maps we've ever played in Call of Duty competitive history. With MW2, the movement was so bad with the staking and then the sound EQ and how that game was just played. The maps were also pretty bad as well. So there's like always some strong points and then some really bad negative points of each Call of Duty game. I think probably Cold War was the last like overall really solid, good movement, fun game. It made sense fundamentally and it had good maps as well. So it definitely sucks that the Call of Duty games have just gone worse and worse in my opinion over the years, but I feel like a lot of people would agree. But hopefully the next game, I have high hopes for it. Unfortunately, I won't be competing in it as a professional, but I'll still be playing it, still grinding it. Maybe I'll, go to a tournament or two and try and compete in Challenger or something, but we'll have to see. But yeah, definitely the game's just getting worse over the years. Also hurt my passion for it, and it just kind of made me want to stop playing and move on with my life. And now for the fun part of what I will be doing next. I'm planning on diving into the content world because I've always done like some YouTube on the side with competing, some vlogs here, some other videos, and we built up a pretty decent sized YouTube following at like 300K subscribers, which is pretty good, and the videos do pretty decent as well. But really, not giving myself an excuse, because when I was like competing, I would still do like YouTube, but then I would be like, oh, I'm competing, so I would kind of get lazy here and there. But now like this is gonna be my full-time thing, so I'm gonna have to give it my all, think outside the box, and then just like learn a lot of things too, because I'm definitely new to like this full-time content thing on YouTube. So I would have to figure out how to consistently upload, get on a good schedule, think of some new ideas, and like what other videos I could do. But then also with streaming. Streaming is something that I've done for a while, but I've never really like dove into it completely, because I was always like, I would stream a little bit during the season, then the off season would hit, and I would just be busy doing things, traveling, and just not really focus on streaming. And so now it'd be like, okay, you have to sit down, you have to stream, because this is gonna be your full-time gig for now. So that's something I'm definitely going to try to do and do some fun things with, because the issue for me is, and another reason why it was hard to keep competing was like, I hate being like so restricted to a schedule and not being able to like see the sun or go to the gym. And with streaming and content, you can like plan things around being able to like your interests, whether it's going to the gym, going outside, seeing the sun. Of course, I'm gonna be in my chair, sitting inside a lot of the time, but you're able to have more freedom. You kind of create your own schedule with it. So that's what I'm gonna be planning on doing. So we have a lot of fun stuff planned, and then it'll also be fun to like stream with some of my friends too, who are retired. When you're competing, it's hard to like really hang out with people and stream, and because you're competing, they're streaming. And even when it comes to hanging out with friends and family, when you're competing and let's say you live in a different state from your family, it's hard. The only time you'd see them is off season sometimes, and then like Christmas break or something. But now when you have that freedom, you could do it. So if I could have a setup where I am now, have a setup at my house, I could like go home, still see my family, but then also have a setup so I can still stream and play and do all that good stuff. So I will be focusing on content in the next chapter, just because I want to really dive into it completely, because I haven't been able to yet. And it's definitely scary, because when you do something for so long, that's really all you know, and you don't know how successful you are going to be. And of course, you guys know the economy right now, everything's getting very expensive. So you're like, oh, I gotta make money and stress about it. But one thing I'm happy about is after I retired, I was worried. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna be passionate about, because before I wasn't like sure of doing content, but after I retired, I like really got the itch to do content, make videos, stream, and do all this. So I was happy that I just found something that brought that passion back, because when you are doing something you love for so long, but then your passion starts to die down, to get that feeling and excitement back is amazing. And I've just been trying to cook up ideas and think what we could do to just have some fun on stream for YouTube videos and all that different stuff. So I'm really excited to have that passion back, and I'm sure everything else will work itself out. But yeah, I'm not joining an org or anything just yet. I'm just here on my own, just attached, Dylan, and I'm just gonna be streaming, making some content, having a good time, and we will see where it takes me. But a lot of people have asked and will probably ask about like, do you want to coach? Do you want to be on the desk? And honestly, I do feel like coaching would be pretty cool, because for some reason all the COD coaches say like when you're watching, It's a lot more nerve-wracking than when you're playing. So I feel like coaching for a season would actually be really cool. We'll see what happens because we still have a long off season to go with Call of Duty. Maybe I'll get a coaching gig next year, I don't know. But I definitely do want to try some other things out as well. So maybe one day coaching could be on the horizon, or maybe I'll be a caster for a season one day, or on the desk, who knows. But for now, we're just gonna be focusing on content creation and streaming, uploading some YouTube videos and having fun. So I really hope to see you guys on the YouTube videos and in the Twitch chat, because I know my chat's gonna roast me, because I was known as a part-time streamer. Like, I would barely stream, but then I would just disappear. I would stream like once a month, so I'd be a sometimer. So my chat definitely always lets me hear it when I first turn the stream back on, and now they're gonna be on my ass, making sure that I am streaming and staying consistent. And that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys for all the support throughout my whole career, my post-career as well, for the retirement video, for this video, and I hope to see you guys still around, because I'm still gonna be around the Call of Duty community. I plan to have my stream on a lot, hopefully I do, but I really hope to see you guys. And I definitely want to still go to some Call of Duty tournaments, because Call of Duty has completely changed my life, built a career off of it, met so many amazing people that I'll consider lifelong friends, and then met so many amazing people at these tournaments from the community, from my streams, from everything. It's so awesome to see people in person that are always hanging out with you on a day-to-day basis. So I definitely want to do what I can to help give back to the Call of Duty community and give some people other opportunities, because I was granted opportunities, and I want to see Call of Duty keep on thriving and growing, and more people being able to make this a successful career. So hopefully, I don't know how, but we'll figure out how to do that. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for everything. Whether you love me and supported me, whether you hated me or roasted me, we're one big community together in Call of Duty. So you just being in the community is awesome. Thank you guys so much, and hope to see you guys on the next journey.